This is the video game review of Rampage Nights on PC Steam. This is a cooperative, single-player, dungeon crawler, kind of rogue, really fun. Binding of Isaac, but with a little more, like, it's more melee. You do have the abilities to, do some range, but whatever. So in this, there's some game modes. These are like arenas and bomb things that you can do. These are just different ways to play the game. Like an endless mode. You can do the arena where you kind of go in a pit and fight other people. There's also the normal, regular game where you play through and like fight a boss. You fight bosses and stuff. And there's normal, insane, hard, nightmare. There's all different kinds of difficulties. And there's achievements that you get for beating them as well. There's different characters. There's all the stats it keeps for you. It's insane the amount of stats and things it keeps for you. And these are the challenges or the achievements. And certain ones go ahead and unlock new things for you to do or certain powers. So like the library, it's part of the sword and sorcery thing. So then if you do that, you unlock the Battle Mage, who I am currently playing as. So as you play the game, you are, tasked to hit people up in the air 100 times, slam them down to the ground 100 times, poison people 200 times. Things like that. And what happens is if you poison 200 enemies, your poison does like 10% more damage. Or here, deal 5,000 points of burn, and the burn time is twice as long. So it's just kind of different things to add into the game, because as you play on insane or even harder difficulties, these little bonuses here are really going to be useful and help you a lot. And they're just kind of fun to make sure another reason to play the game, more to play the game. These are the classes. You can see there's a bunch. There was a bunch there. There's a battle mage. There's your knight. There's your like warrior, your Viking, the necromancer, and all of them are different things. Battle mage here has different abilities that you can do. Each person has different abilities. Like battle mage obviously casts spells. The assassin can roll and disappear for a few seconds so that you're not targeted by the enemies. You have the barbarian who can just roll, who has like more health. There's different stats in the game. You can see in the top left I have health. There's my mana bar. You can, amount of lives you have depends on the difficulty. It has nothing to do with what class you play. And the abilities you use, obviously, like the pirate has a cannon he shoots. Like, there's just cool things that you have to unlock these classes. You don't get them right away, so it kind of forces you to play the game a little bit. But it's fun. The game is a lot of fun. I'm going to say that right now. Tons and tons of fun. You can see, like, charge your abilities. It's such a small game, but it really isn't. It's a really big game. I've been playing the game for about 15, 16 hours. I've run into no bugs. The game has not crashed. I haven't gotten stuck on anything. And I've just been having a ton of fun. And I've already beaten the game a couple times on normal. I beat it once or twice with a buddy of mine on co-op. Online co-op, mind you. Not this couch co-op anymore, but online co-op. These here are just different like helmets or like faces you can wear. It's just kind of something silly. You can unlock new ones, so it's just kind of when you're playing with a friend or another person, and I guess you can kind of diverse yourself around them. And then there's different hats you can wear as well. But I keep coming back to this game because it's so much fun and there's so many different things. You'll play the game. If you've played Binding of Isaac or any kind of roguelike game, you know that there's different reasons to play the game because you want to just beat the game. And then, you know what? I want to get more weapons, or maybe I can do it on a different difficulty. And obviously with this, not obviously, but with this game, you kind of unlock the difficulties, as with many other games. So you're not going to go right to insane, beat the game on insane, and be done. You're going to play on normal, you're going to unlock hard, then you're going to unlock insane. Insane is really crazy. It's really hard, but it is fun. I haven't beaten the game on insane, but I beat it on hard a few times, and I keep going back because it's so much fun. And when you play, you're going to get different things in the game. You're not going to pick up the same weapon. You're not going to pick up the same boots, belt. There's so many different items in this game. This is like a destructible barrel. You can see you can knock people into like the pits. You yourself can fall into the pit unless you have like the boots of levitation, or you get a spell that is levitation. Then on the top you can see that's my magic. All the way to the left is my magic. What's highlighted right now is, I think that's bombs. That's like your thrown item. You can only carry one thrown item. Next to it is a scroll. Scrolls are kind of like one-time use magical items. And next to that is your potion. So you can only carry one of each thing. You can kind of pick it up and drop it. You can pick up something and then switch it with something else. You can't drop anything unless you pick something else to replace it. But everything in this stage will stay there. until you go on to the next one. So the game is kind of rough. Like, you're gonna need health. When you need health, you pick it up. When you don't need help, don't pick it up. It's a little tip. You can leave it there and go back later on in the game, in the stage, not in the game, but in the stage. So you know you're towards the end, and you're gonna need, oh, you know what? Let me go back and fully heal. You got to go back a couple screens, but it is what it is. It's not too bad. It's still there, so it's fun. This is one of the chests. This is like a minor chest, a wooden chest. You have like golden chest, you have demonic chest, and they all contain different things. And they're all a little harder to unlock. You saw how I had to like hit that pin to go in. They're not really insanely hard to open. Some of the pins are smaller, some of them are bigger, but they're fun to open because sometimes you'll miss it because it's going a little faster, the pin. So you won't be. They're really. You're gonna open that chest no matter what. Let's be real, and it's not going to be that difficult. Now, you can see in the top right, I drunk something a while ago, and I got drunk. So I had a like a debuff on me. So, and that shows that number 2 is how many, of course, it's just switched now. That shows how many screens you have that debuff for. So what you have to do is you have to go into a new screen in order to lose that debuff, or buff as well. Like I said, the scroll will only last perhaps a few rounds or a few screens. So like when I defeat this guy, I can go onto a new screen. That'll be one screen. If I go backwards, nothing will happen. It only goes forward to new screens. So if you unlock a shop, that's a new screen. Cool, you got like a little bonus there because it's really easy. This was a golden chest, so it had better things in it. You can see there's a sword kind of behind that pillar. There's a book that's going to increase my spell power, and being that I'm a battle mage, it's really cool. You can see I'm kind of wearing like this golden mask. What it does is it eats coins and heals me instead. I have this little crystal familiar following me around. I picked up a heal potion. There's all kinds of different potions. There's like this one down here. I think it's a murky potion. You don't really know what it is, that little brown one down the bottom. It's fun. There's a lot of different potions. Yeah, murky water. I don't know what that does until you drink it. And it's kind of always different. Not everything is the same besides like heal potions. Like if they're named potion of levitation, potion of double jump, yeah, that's what it's going to be. But if it's just like a murky drink or a mysterious drink, you don't know what it's going to do. It could be good or bad. Most of the time it's bad, so I don't drink them. I stay away from them, but they could be fun. My buddy James, who I play with a bunch of times, he just drinks everything because he wants to see what happens. So, and that's fun. It adds some challenge to the game because it'll be like, oh, I'm totally drunk. And you kind of walk around, like your screen moves, your character kind of shifts differently. So it's difficult, but yet really cool. You're never going to play this game and have the same stuff twice. You may play the game and get some same things, but never the same things. You're never going to also fight the same bosses. I'm going to show you a boss in a little bit as well. I think there's like 6 or 7 bosses in the game. The final boss is always the same. That doesn't change. But the bosses in between him in the beginning do change. So you're going to see, if you play the game, you beat the game like 3 or 4 times, you're going to see all the bosses. No there's no surprise there. But you're not going to see the same ones over and over. You may see the same 2 or 3 bosses out of the 5, but you're not going to see all of the same ones, which is cool. For such a small game, and I call it a small game because it really is. Like, its installation size is really small, and this is all you do is you beat things up and jump around. But it's so big. There's a ton of different like monsters that you fight. The enemies, there's so many different kind of skins on them. They're different as well. Like you have the skeletons who can sometimes break in half. So you have like the top half crawling towards you. You have guys that use shields. You have these big ogre guys. You have big mushroom dudes that when you kill them, they break into different like smaller guys. You have like mud dudes who when you kill them, they kind of spawn on the side. You have to like go step on them, otherwise they spawn again. There's a diverse amount of enemies in the game, which makes it more fun. I can't stop saying more fun. That's what it is. There's different magics. I only usually get 1 or 2 magic in the game that you find. If you find a magic, like a magical spell book or whatever, you're kind of lucky because I've gone 1 or 2 games where I don't get any magic, which is kind of crap. But I guess it is what it is. This is just a real quick like shop. So as you use your gold to buy things, you can use your gold sometimes later to like altars, just like in Binding of Isaac. This is a boss. This is it. He has a bunch of different moves, and you have to beat him. This is on hard difficulty, so you'll see he's kind of rough. He's got a lot of health. He spawns more people. And no other boss in the game is quite like him. There's a dragon that moves around the screen a little bit. There's like a mini boss that you have to kind of spawn. It's a lot of fun. The music is okay. The music's not great. The sound effects aren't fantastic, but they're different. I don't really mind the over and over jumping because I'm so focused on the animation, the fluidity of the animation to screens, these cells that these people have, like that the enemies have. It's cool. Like, I don't care about the sound so much because I'm focused on, one, the combat, because there's a lot going on. Two, everything on the screen just looks so nice. Like, everyone moves really like nice and smooth. You can see like her legs constantly move. Like, they're, for such a, again, small game, indie game, there's a lot to this. Like, I can't believe how much is in this game. And I've got like 16 hours, and I thought I was going to be done with this game. I really want to just be like, you know what, I really want to go on and play another game, but I find myself picking this game up over and over again. And another reason for that is the ability to play this game and stop at any point and come back where you were. So if I wanted to quit like right after this boss, I could. I don't have to save or anything. It just auto saves. It's going to start me in the next room with whatever it is. Or if you start a game, like you start a new like stage, clear out that room, and then it's going to start you in that room you just cleared out. So, and it's going to keep everything on the board. Everything, like if you didn't pick up any items, they're still there when you go play again. It's an awesome game because you can pick stuff up. You can pick this game up for like 5-10 minutes and then run out. Oh, I got to run out real quick? Cool. Come back and you know it's going to be right there again. Rampage Knights. A fantastic game. A really good beat 'em up. For single player, it's awesome. The one bad thing about multiplayer is I don't think there's enough items in the game for 2 players. You're going to kind of have to... you know, one person's going to have to be the best one and the other one's going to be kind of crappy. We're going to kind of split it between you. I don't think the game picks up this, understands that there's 2 people playing this game to spawn more enemies or to give more items. It's kind of a downside to this, but because you're playing with a friend, it's awesome. Anyway, Rampage Knights, you should definitely pick this game up. If you just pick it up.